This is the windmilling, pile driving, neck breaking, back breaking, bear hugging, wrist locking, knee dropping, toe holding son of a gun, the Texas Bronco Terry Funk, telling you you're listening to the Hyper Turbo Skews-Ball podcast.
It is week 3 in the NFL, and there is one question on everybody's mind. Can a second-rate wrestling company sell more tickets than a second-rate football team? Of course, I'm talking about the Carolina Panthers. Well, before we find out, let's take a look at some of the games that went down in week 2. The Dallas Cowboys aren't the only NFL team taking a lashing from the fans this week. Dak Prescott didn't look too bad or too good on the field, but Mike Zimmer's defense got trampled like Mufasa in The Lion King. Oh, come on, guys, don't cry. It's a children's movie. Anyways, the $240 million man, Dak Prescott, and his team got the creamed corn kicked out of them 44-19. Well done, Mr. Carr, and you and your Saints, too. Now, a limping and snotty-nosed LA Rams team went to Arizona hoping to get a day off, but unfortunately for that said LA Rams team, the Cardinals quarterback, Kyler Murray's performance doesn't take a dive until the new Call of Duty game comes out during that season, and guess what, folks? Black Ops 6 isn't out until October 24th, so it's football, and X's and O's in Murray's head until the 6th of October, and the final score was Arizona 41, LA 10. Ouch. It's always a throwdown, showdown, downtown when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions meet up. Baker Mayfield plays quarterback like a man possessed by the ghost of Johnny Unitas. On the Lions side of the field, Jared Goff wishes the refs would lay off the O-line and give Goff his team the early 6 points back. This game was very claws-out, push-and-shove style of football, but after the dust and grass settled, the hometown Lions lost the game 20-16. And the lock of the weekend, both the Houston Texans are 2-0 after the main event Bears got strouted 19-13. No spread covered, but if you took like the money line, like I told you to, you'd look like a football genius compared to the rest of your coworkers drinking water at the water cooler at the office. Now, naturally, as the NFL season rolls on, the injuries pile up too. Christian McCaffrey has been put on the 49ers injury reserve, as has Puka Nacua for the Rams. And everybody, of course, is talking about Tua Tagovailoa and his latest trip to the concussion protocol. Personally, I think old Hawk Tua is just fine, but I also see this as an opportunity for Roger Goodell to duct tape one of those Guardian caps to Tua's helmet to show us how great and how much of an improvement these Guardian caps are for the sport of football. At the top of the show, I wondered out loud if a second-rate wrestling company could outdraw a second-rate football team. And no, I'm not talking about Bournemouth AFC. Hello, UK fans. Nice to see you back. No, I'm talking about the Carolina Panthers. And well, the numbers are in from the newsroom. Approximately 2,500 people went to AEW Dynamite during week 2, and 70,000 people attended the Panthers game. And I guess that answers that question. Now on to the games that I like to see in Week 3. The Las Vegas Raiders will be at home to take on the Panthers, and the Raiders are fresh off beating the highly praised and acclaimed Baltimore Ravens. So unless the spread is super high, take it and the Raiders to win the game. Titans quarterback Will Levis, yeah, we'll stick with that one. Titans quarterback Will Levis will be at home to show the Titans fan base his sweet juggling skills when the Packers come over, being led by Malik Willis. And if you guys like that Bucs-Lion game, Hyper Turbo Skews-Ball has got the game for you to enjoy. The 2-0 LA Chargers and the 2-0 Pittsburgh Steelers go head-to-head on the 1 p.m. Sunday slate. And only one of these teams is going to be 3-0 after the final whistle blows. As long as Justin Fields is on the field and Russ Wilson stays on the sideline with his Subway sandwiches, this sports analytics guy says to take the Steelers. And a new season means yet another fresh start for the Denver Broncos as they try to pony up to their former stature. With Elway and Manning off the grass and into the record books, it's time for the 24-year-old Bo Nix to complete the passes now. Nix got picked off twice against the Steelers, a stat which the Broncos want to leave behind them on the road to Tampa Bay. Now, I was doing some cake baking earlier today, and one thing that football and the baking of a cake have in common is chemistry, and the Buccaneers, as of lately, have demonstrated excellent chemistry. Bo Nix might be the right man for the job if you want a pan greased, eggs and flour beaten, and maybe your spoons licked, but only one guy can take a glob of Betty Crocker batter and slap that thing in the oven and turn it into a fine cake, and that is the baker. And I stand with Baker, and he's baking up some goods for us. The cake is going to be vanilla with red icing, and it's going to have a picture of this guy on it, and the writing on the wall, or I should say the writing on the cake is going to say, Baker Mayfield, 200 plus yards, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the Hyper Turbo Scooseball Lock of the Week. Now cut yourself a slice.